Breaking news right now on CBS LA at 10. Mexico fans pouring into the streets to celebrate their team's World Cup win in the round of 32.
A stench so bad it turns your stomach. CBS LA getting an up-close look tonight at what is actually decaying inside the site of the Boyle Heights warehouse fire. And we begin with this breaking news tonight. Celebrations in the streets across Southern California tonight.
As Mexico wins its first knockout round match in the World Cup, this is Huntington Park, and Desmond Shaw is live above it all in SoCal. Des.
Hey, Juan and Susie, we are over downtown Huntington Park, Pacific Boulevard and Gage, where you can see several hundred people have gathered. It is a very rowdy celebration. In fact, as I zoom in, you can see here, I'm highlighting all of the tire marks you can see from previous celebrations, maybe from last week, which is why Huntington Park PD as well as LA County Sheriff's deputies are here in force, making sure that it's not a repeat of the street takeovers with the cars. It's all just kind of been a big pedestrian celebration at this point because they have the streets shut down. Let's show you some of the other celebrations we saw, like Pacoima just moments ago at Van Nuys Boulevard and Laurel Canyon. Kind of similar, even more people up there. Lots of fireworks. That's definitely been the theme. Illegal fireworks, of course, but they are being shot off all over the place. Might even see a couple come into our frame here. This is starting to cause some traffic jams in some areas, though, with Pacific Boulevard being one of the busier thoroughfares that is shut down. Yeah, you know, they have such a large section of it shut down. I can't quite show you the traffic jam, but hundreds of people out here, very excited for Mexico. And I think as long as no one's doing anything dangerous, police will be okay with this, at least for a little while longer. Live in SoCal overhead, I'm Desmond Shaw. Susie and Juan, back to you in the studio.
All right, Desmond, thank you very much. And the sky over Southern California looking like the 4th of July tonight as soccer fans celebrated.
Along with the dancing, everyone is going to be
Mexico fans are dancing in the streets after tonight's big World Cup victory over Ecuador.
Oh, yes, the Mexican national team celebrating 4 straight victories now.
You can hear her voice there. CBS LA's Laurie Perez on Olvera Street, where the watch party just wrapped up. But the energy, Laurie, is still high. Take it away.
And let me tell you what, the party has not ended. They just moved it across the street here. They are continuing that dance party here at Celebration Plaza across from Casa Mexico. There really is almost nothing like being around people who are so excited when their team just won an important match. A flood of excitement and happiness. This is exceeding even their expectations. There was a DJ out in a car on the street. Then this band and DJ moved in here. People just want to keep it going and going.
Super excited. I've been waiting for this for 40 years. Very breathtaking moment. Very emotional.
We never had this in LA until now, so it feels really, really good. Hopefully we can have this every World Cup.
It's just amazing. It's like we're one part of just a big family, right? Last game that we were, when there was like the big goal, we were hugging each other and I was like, who are you? It was just amazing. We're all like one big family.
I mean, such a beautiful summary from that little boy, really capturing what so many people have been telling us about what this World Cup has meant to them this summer, with Los Angeles being one of the hosts, bringing out the community. You know, I was telling someone that to me it has been like one big neighborhood block party, but the block, the neighborhood, is all of Los Angeles. Everyone coming out of their homes, trying to be together to enjoy this special moment. Special moments like these that, of course, are made better when your team wins. We are live in downtown Los Angeles. I'm Laurie Perez. Back to you.
All right, Laurie, thanks so much. All right, back to our breaking news. This time, our Desmond Shaw is live in Santa Ana.
That's right. It looks like Mexican fans are celebrating a win, but some sort of fight is happening, Desmond.
Yeah, things are really starting to go south here, Juan and Susie. So you can see we're off of Sycamore and 4th. We're in the heart of downtown Santa Ana, kind of the whole corridor along Main Street between 1st and 4th Street. And we just saw some people with, they were definitely fisticuffs going on down here. About a dozen or so people got involved in it. Of course, just as we go to air, looks like they thought a little bit better of it and people kind of broke it up. Now, here's what's interesting is I widen out, you can see this is a much more condensed celebration, a huge group of people. By the way, there's also another massive massive group over at Bristol and McFadden, just a couple of about a mile or so to the east of here. Check this out. We got someone here that is revving their tires. Now, you're going to notice a complete lack of law enforcement. Now, this is really dangerous right here. Look at those tires spinning out like this. You got somebody on top. So we noticed a lot of this was happening last week in Santa Ana. Santa Ana's been taking a different approach. The police department last time, and so far from what we've seen tonight, have really not had any presence that we can see out here, and they were kind of handling things after the fact. They were using drones and cameras to figure out some of the license plates of the vehicles that were in these kind of offending situations. They were impounding vehicles and arresting people after the fact, but in the actual midst of the celebrations while they were going on, they weren't really trying to do anything to stop this kind of behavior. So, we've got people shoulder to shoulder, all packed in, vehicles all over the place, people up on balconies, fireworks going off, tires spinning. This is definitely the craziest celebration we've seen so far in the LA and Orange County area, and it is a widespread area as well, all across downtown Santa Ana. Juan, Susie, and Mike.
And this seems, Desmond and Mike, that this is a much larger crowd than we saw last time, right?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I mean, the crowd, well, they're doing a dance right here.
Much different intersection look, right?
Exactly, 1 block away, and it's totally different. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. The crowd is much larger.
They're line dancing, country line dancing.
The crowd is much larger tonight than it was last week. And look, the difference is not necessarily the number of people, but the fact that you've got cars that are mixed into this. That was what we haven't seen in Huntington Park, East LA, even up in Pacoima, because those law enforcement agencies made the choice to shut down the roadway. Santa Ana obviously taking a very different approach here to just kind of let things play out and hope for the best. I'm sure, we know that they are watching it. We heard last week that they had drones up here. We know that Duke, which is Orange County Sheriff's Department's helicopter, had been overhead as well for quite a while. I think they just went to refuel here. But the not having, law enforcement shut down the streets to at least restrict vehicle traffic just seems like a pretty interesting choice to me as we kind of look at this all play out. Because, again, it takes one wrong step of the pedal, one person who gets too excited to really make things go in a really bad direction. And it looks like, the fighting, too, is kind of new. And I wasn't sure if I had just seen another one in the middle of the crowd here. But, the fight was, everyone was pretty peaceful last time. I mean, they were intense. They were doing the cars and shaking things like that. But the fighting in the street, we didn't see last time.
It's true. Last time we were looking at mostly, like you just said, people getting on top of cars and then people shaking the cars as they would come by and kind of rocking them back and forth, and cars not being able to move like right now in this, what is usually a very busy thoroughfare in Santa Ana. But as you can see, this huge crowd has descended upon this intersection, and this intersection that Desmond is showing us.
And that
looks
one.
And this one here. Many intersections in Santa Ana covered with people tonight, all gathering to celebrate Mexico's big win tonight.
Incredible, Desmond. I mean, you keep panning the shot over, and I mean, intersection after intersection, more and more people just keep showing up here to celebrate Mexico's win.
Yeah, it is by far the largest celebration that we have seen so far, and you can see a ton of cars that are trapped in this, and maybe they were trying to just come in and drive through this. When we had the Dodgers celebrations, one of the big things was people coming out and getting in their cars and cruising by and waving Dodger flags and whatnot. And so now you kind of have a crush of people and a crush of cars, and like Mike was saying, there's no traffic control. I have not seen a single law enforcement cruiser out here in any regard. We did mention the Orange County Sheriff's Deputy's helicopter, but they're not even on scene right now. They were here monitoring, and they just went down for fuel. They may be coming back shortly. Now we have a big group of motorbikes that's coming and getting involved here, and we know that sometimes they have the proclivity to kind of come and do kind of some crazy stunts. So it's definitely a volatile mixture, and it was just very unfortunate for us right when we got on scene to see that fight that was breaking out. And fortunately, some people came and were able to kind of break up that skirmish, but it was looking kind of serious for a second. So we definitely have thousands of people out here, and people just, I mean, you're really trusting a lot of other people with your life when you're this crowded in situations, and then you have cars that are coming through as well, and just stop signs, no red lights, no traffic control, no nothing.
I think what we're really witnessing here in Southern California, I think we've all been talking about it, amongst ourselves too, is just the fact that World Cup, the fever, the celebrations, the spirit of the World Cup has become so big in Southern California alone. I mean, not only because we're a host city in Los Angeles, but, just the fact that people are really enjoying these games and going out, as Laurie Perez was showing earlier in her live shot. She was talking about just the energy, the feeling, right? Just every time this happening, Mexico winning, how, the crowd comes alive. And this is just another testament of that. Of course, law enforcement officers want things to remain safe, as we've been talking about in Santa Ana. Not any presence at all of law enforcement officers. We haven't seen that at all, as it was the same situation last week. Oftentimes we'll see that happen with law enforcement because of the fact that they want to be able to give people, fans, residents, that space to celebrate and feel free to celebrate and not feel like they're being hindered by police officers.
Right. Well, we're going to keep monitoring this for you. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Breaking news now, fans celebrating Mexico's win in the World Cup tonight, and this is Santa Ana.
Let's get a quick update now from Desmond Shaw in SkyCal. Des?
Well, Juan and Susie, fortunately, it looks like everyone is pretty happy now at this point, unlike, just about 5 minutes ago or so when we got overhead and we saw what looked like a skirmish that was breaking out. This is totally, quote-unquote, normal for these sorts of celebrations right here. This Mini Cooper that is being shaken, rocked back and forth. But, we know that whenever we get into situations like this, that people like to do this intentionally. It's kind of part of the experience. I mean, law enforcement maybe not thrilled to be seeing that. We do have fireworks going off. Of course, those are illegal right now, and we got fireworks going off, in an area where people are packed shoulder to shoulder, and we've got motorbikes coming down as well. Thousands of people out here in the downtown corridor in downtown Santa Ana. We just saw that one fight earlier, but things hopefully settling back down. People down here were dancing as well, so a lot of jubilation, a lot of cars in gridlock, and thousands of people out here celebrating Mexico's victory. Juan and Susie, back to you.
All right, we'll keep you above the action there, and we'll have more coming up on CBS LA at 11 on Channel 2.